You cite leaders not looking for employees as much as players who want to play the game. And the important part are people who are serious in playing the game. What is the game of business?
But the game of business is the game of life. Effectively, everybody has to work somewhere. They're either working for themselves on their own, or they're working for somebody else, and they're working to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
Effectively, we know that. Everybody knows that. You go to work to make a living. And everybody wants to make a living.
Right.
And the better the living.
A living with purpose, right?
Now we're adding an extension to the story. Because everybody's got to make a living means whether you're working someplace with a presumed purpose or not. Very critical first thing is I'm making a living.
Mm-hmm.
Now think about it. Our working class in the United States today, our working class American here in the United States today, on average, earns $12.30 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's our working class. And our average worker in our working class isn't working a full-time job.
Right.
So understand they're not full-time employees, so I don't have to give them the benefits of a full-time employee. And they're only earning enough to perhaps almost get by, but not really. And that's why there are 44 million Americans on food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Effectively, the government is providing the difference between what our corporations are paying and what somebody has got to have in order to, in any way, shape, or form, get by, make a living.
Right.
It's
so
a
what's the solution to that? Who owns that? Is it the business owner or the employee? What's the solution? Who owns that?
Well, the employer owns that. And the employee owns that. And the government owns that. Everybody's got to take responsibility for their own role in that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can't change the employer, and I'm not here to do that, I'm here to change every single individual on the planet with my work. I'm here to awaken the entrepreneur within every ordinary person on the planet. If I can't do that, then they're out of luck.
Mm-hmm.
In short, then they're completely dependent upon what happens outside of them. Then the employer's got to do it. Then the government's got to do it. Then so-and-so's got to do it. But effectively, I have no control over whether so-and-so is going to do it or not. So you're out to lunch.
Right. Is it fair to say we all need to figure out how to add more value, right? As a business owner, yes. I need to create more value, and I need to challenge my team to add more value?
I have to create more value, but I also have to help the people who have joined me create their own value.
Right on.
And that's not to shirk my responsibility for what we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's clearly and simply to take the responsibility for what we've committed ourselves to do, which is become the employer of people.
Love it.
We're employing people to enable us to achieve our corporate objectives. Then it behooves us to assist our people in achieving their personal objectives. And so that bargain has to be made. It's got to be made or it won't be. And when it's not, it creates conflict, such the conflict you see on the street all the time. It becomes political.